There's a rare kind of person who walks into a room and doesn't need to say a word. The room just knows. Not because of wealth or fame or how loud they are, but because of something heavier, something deeper, an energy that doesn't shout. It commands. That's not charisma. That's a forged aura. And the first sign of it? You don't react. You rule. When most people are disrespected, they snap. Words fly. Emotions flare. They become puppets yanked by the strings of insult and ego. But a person with a strong aura is different. Picture this: you're in a meeting. Someone throws a subtle jab at you in front of others, a low blow, meant to get under your skin. All eyes turn. Silence thickens. Everyone waits to see your move. But you sit still. Calm. Your expression doesn't shift. You don't raise your voice. You don't even flinch. Why? Because your mind isn't a leaf in the wind. It's the wind itself. This isn't silence from fear. This is discipline. This is inner command. You've trained yourself not to be governed by noise, but by reason. You've learned the secret power of the pause. Because the strongest move is sometimes no move at all. Seneca once wrote, "A man is as wretched as he has convinced himself that he is." The one who believes every insult, who crumbles at criticism, is not reacting to others. He's reacting to his own self-image. But when you own your mind fully, no insult sticks. No cheap word can dent your armor. Because you know, what touches you only has power if you grant it permission. And the moment you stop reacting like a triggered machine, you begin ruling like a conscious mind. Powerful auras aren't found in crowds. They're built in solitude. While others fear being alone, the one with a strong aura walks alone, by choice. Imagine this: Friday night. The world scrolls through endless posts, chases group invites, rushes to be seen. But you're sitting in silence, a book in hand, a mind in motion, a fire inside. You're not isolating. You're aligning. You've realized something most never will: being alone is not the same as being lonely. In fact, some of the most connected people feel the most hollow, because they've never met the one person who matters most, themselves. When you know yourself, you don't crave shallow approval. You don't chase conversation to fill silence. You don't explain every mood or shrink in discomfort just to fit in. Marcus Aurelius, Emperor of Rome, the most powerful man of his time, wrote to himself, "Look within. Within is the fountain of good." He wasn't talking to crowds. He was talking to his soul. Because true power doesn't seek noise. It seeks depth. When your aura is strong, you don't just tolerate solitude. You use it. You sharpen your thoughts in silence like blades. You refine your beliefs without echo chambers. You choose yourself, not because you're better, but because you're focused. And while others use others as mirrors, you use solitude as a forge. You don't fear walking alone, because every step brings you closer to who you really are. A strong aura doesn't bend. Not to compliments. Not to criticism. Not to the noise of the world. In a world obsessed with validation, the rarest power is indifference. Not coldness, clarity. Think about it: one day, you're praised. People flood your inbox, share your name, call you gifted, brilliant, next level. The next day? They turn. The crowd forgets. A single mistake, and they label you done, arrogant, overrated. But the person with a strong aura? They don't rise with praise or fall with blame, because they're rooted deeper. They've built their worth on something unshakable, their own truth. Stoic philosopher Cleanthes once wrote, "Lead me, Zeus, and you, fate, wherever you have assigned me. I shall follow without hesitation." That's not blind submission. That's conviction. It means, I don't dance for approval. I don't beg to be accepted. I walk the path that's right, not the path that's popular. Because the moment your mood depends on applause, you've given away your soul. You stop checking who likes you. You stop fearing who doesn't. Your compass becomes internal. Built from self-honesty. Sharpened by mistakes. Strengthened through nights when no one clapped, but you kept going anyway. And that's what makes you untouchable. Not the fame. Not the silence. But the fact that you've met yourself in failure and still decided, I am enough. There is a certain look in the eyes of those who've suffered deeply, not sadness, not rage, but something far rarer, quiet fire. That fire? It doesn't come from comfort. It doesn't grow in perfect homes or peaceful seasons. It's born in the storm. When most people hurt, they hide. They collapse. They look for someone to save them, something to numb them, some excuse to escape. But not you. Because you've realized something sacred. Pain is not your enemy. Attachment to comfort is. You've stopped asking, why me? You've started asking, what now? You've learned how to stand, even when your legs shake, not because you're fearless, but because you refuse to be broken. A strong aura is not forged in praise. It's forged in scars. When the world crushed you, you didn't just survive, you transformed. You used the betrayal to sharpen your instincts, the rejection to focus your mission, the heartbreak to deepen your empathy. You didn't hide your pain, you harnessed it. You've become the kind of person who can smile through suffering, not because you're numb, but because you've already buried worse and risen stronger. As Musonius Rufus once said, no one is free who has not mastered himself. And pain, more than anything else, teaches self-mastery. So let others chase peace, you chase clarity. Even when it hurts, especially when it hurts. Because every wound is a forge. And you're becoming unbreakable. There's a myth that power is loud. That it shouts. That it demands attention, bends rooms, commands applause. But those with a true aura? They don't need the spotlight. They are the light. You don't chase admiration. You don't beg to be seen. Because you've understood one of life's deepest truths. What's loud is often empty. What's silent is often sacred. Your presence doesn't scream. It hums, steady, calm, and undeniable. When you enter a room, people feel something shift. Not because you say anything. Not because you do anything. But because you are something. You are a storm held in silence. A fire wrapped in stillness. A soul that has seen too much to be fazed by the surface. This is the final sign. You don't shine because you want to be seen. You shine because you refuse to be dimmed. You've stopped explaining your silence. You've stopped defending your solitude. You've stopped diluting your truth to fit in. As Marcus Aurelius reminded himself, the only wealth which you will keep forever is the wealth you have given away. And you? You give presence. You give strength. You give an example. You walk with humility, but carry the weight of someone who has been tempered by hell and shaped by honor. That's what it means to have a powerful aura. So next time you feel different, next time you feel like you don't fit in, next time you're doubted, dismissed, or misunderstood, smile. Because it's not that you're broken. It's not that you're lost. It's that you've outgrown the noise. You were never meant to be like everyone else. You were meant to be something more.